The model was produced in 2014 and the aircraft flew around like this for a few months in 2013. But is it any good? We'll find out right after the drop. And with that, hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at an Airbus A330-200 of Brussels Airlines. At the front of the box we have a cutout so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and at the bottom of the box we have the Brussels Airlines branding. The backside of the box, as this is from Sky 500, is rather uninspiring. However, it is still by miles better than what Herpa currently offers, and I can't believe that I would ever have been able to say that about a Sky 500 box. And here she is, the Airbus A330-200 of Brussels Airlines in the Tomorrowland livery. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the aircraft did fly around like this only for a few months back in 2013 in order to, surprise surprise, promote Tomorrowland, which is a music festival which in normal times is held every single year in Belgium over the summer. Now, with no further ado, let's take a closer look at this aircraft to see what it has to offer. And we start off with the tail section, where we on the vertical stabilizer have the Brussels Airlines branding. On the fuselage we then have the web address of the airline, the Belgium flag, the flag of the European Union, and the full registration code of the aircraft. And at the very tail we then also have a little bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. At the front of the aircraft and across the fuselage we then again have the Brussels Airlines branding, underneath that the Tomorrowland branding. Then we also of course have a Star Alliance logo, of which Brussels Airlines is a member, and underneath the nose of the aircraft we have a U. That's of course the last letter of the registration code. But other than the U, the cockpit section only offers us the cockpit windows and the window wipers that have also been printed on. The engine nacelles have been kept in the same light bluish color that we also find on the belly of the aircraft, and we have the silver leading edge, but that's all for printed details on the nacelles. The physical detailing, however, I think is very nice on these engines, also when we look into the front, where we very nicely can see the engine fan blades. Then we can also take a quick look at the wings here with the top side, where we have the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out very nicely, and we also have some different shades of grey for additional detailing, but of course I would have liked to see just a few more printed details. And then we also have the underside of the wings, which I really can't complain about. Here we also find the full registration code of the aircraft once again, and then of course the wings also have winglets, which look very lovely with the Brussels Airlines branding printed on. And then we have the landing gear here on the aircraft model, and I think Sky 500 is doing a very decent job with that. The only thing I would like to say here is that I always have the feeling with Sky 500 that the models are just a tiny bit too tall, at least when you compare it to Herpa wings. And even though the printed detail we have here at the front landing gear is the bare minimum, but we do have it, and it adds so much to an aircraft model, so well done Sky 500 for not leaving it out. And then last but not least, we also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here on the back side of the aircraft, and here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Airbus A330-200 of Brussels Airlines in the Tomorrowland livery from Sky 500 in scale 1 to 500. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Well, I must say that I really do like this aircraft model. The print quality from Sky 500 is on point, and they have done really well with the additional details from the Tomorrowland branding. I think that just looks very, very nice on the aircraft model. And I think that Sky 500 has also done a very good job with the physical detailing of this aircraft model. The only thing I would note here is simply that in my opinion, the landing gear is a tiny fraction too tall, but that's something I kind of noticed with all Sky 500 models, so it's not specific for this model. But, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the aircraft did only fly around like this for a few months back in 2013, and you should also know that if you would like to have an A330 of Brussels Airlines but don't want to have a special livery but just the standard livery, then you can actually get one from Herpa Wings. Then you should of course also know that the aircraft itself is currently stored and supposedly is on its way to be scrapped, so that might also hold you off on buying this model. Nonetheless, I do believe that it is a very nice aircraft model. I like to see the Brussels Airlines livery on the A330, so in my opinion it is absolutely an aircraft worth having in one's collection. Now with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated, and of course if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe, that would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching, hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.